Hungry Bucks today, or are we looking at Zane?
We're looking at Zane.
All right.
HBox should still happen, but I don't want to overthink that because a lot of the stuff we covered in our very first lesson is still really relevant, I feel, and I just didn't practice the matchup leading into LMMM at all. Like I was on my puff grind for a while and it felt great, and then I
Actually, like a
played
matchup.
HBox and felt like I didn't play anything like that. Unfortunately, it's one of those matchups just still not locked in for me. So,
Did you get
although I'm pissed about it.
did you feel nervous, or like do you think that this is a mentality thing, or do you think it's just like we didn't practice the things?
This time it felt less mentality, more like, man, I feel just kind of lost right now. I didn't play it enough recently, so I'm not too
Gotcha.
heartbroken about it. I was heartbroken in the sense of like, fuck, it sucks to get the opportunity and then not play to some of the stuff we worked on. Um, I'm glad you pulled this setup because I wrote out a bunch of notes already. I can share my screen too.
Yes, please. What notes do you have?
Let me do it. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Um, I got my fun little tablet here. I was streaming this 2 days ago. I only got through the first two games of it just because it took a while.
Mm-hmm.
But let me know if you can see my screen first and
Oh
foremost. Let's
yeah.
try that. Let's see if I can try zooming in a bit. I just tried to divide it up. This was just the way that made sense to me, was to go through what it felt like before I even watched it, just what I walked away from the set feeling like. And then tried to do my best watching the set to objectively note some things that were important.
Ooh, I
I'm
like
also right now
this.
just I'm also just right now watching Cody versus Zane at Nouns Fest. Today might be a little bit of half and half. Watch a game of me, watch a game of Cody. I actually really want to just fucking compare the two.
No. I was gonna suggest that actually. I was thinking a compare and contrast makes perfect sense. Is there any way that you can send me that?
Yeah, 100%. I can screenshot it. Like, do you want it right this second?
Yeah, I just want to like have it on hand, like a little more
Um,
conveniently.
yeah, let me screenshot it and I will send it to you on Discord in 2 seconds. But I mean, just as like a quick recap to like go into it
Yeah.
and kind of what I went through VOD review, the really two big things that were so important to me, or ultimately felt like the struggle, was playing too far away. I don't know if you can see my mouse,
I can.
but
I don't see the mouse, but I can see it when it moves. So it's
yeah,
like
okay.
it's moving around.
Playing too far away and unable to predict timing, and threat ranges. So those ended up being the two big things. And then like in my objective analysis, basically there was tons of things. Spot dodges are like so panicky and just automated, something I really need to watch out for. I'm not establishing strong positions. I'm all or nothing going for these like I'll get them off stage and then I'm going for like kind of gambits that end up in me dying instead of just slowly eking out like I've already got him in the corner. I've already got him in a shit position.
Mm.
Keep playing my like 70% situation instead of trying to just like go for this crazy bullshit. And you'll see it in these games.
Cody will be good on the edge guarding. He's amazing at that.
100%. I like and that's definitely going to be it. It especially was prevalent in like when I had him on a side platform. I'd throw away a strong position, and that's why I drew these down here, just for like in the context of the VOD review. I decided to myself that it might be better to instead establish like strong linear positions in front of the platform that cover him moving forward off the plat or moving straight down off the plat, rather than like immediately jumping at him diagonally in the most like obvious way. Like instead of going like, oh, whoops, that's erasing it.
It's all good.
Instead of like erasing or instead of jumping at him diagonally like this,
Yeah,
or
get
like
under
in the most,
him.
yeah, just pick spots that are strong. They're just stronger. The way I perceive them is that they're stronger. And when I have the platform, instead of just like deliberately linearly attacking him immediately, reset to a stronger position is okay. I don't need to just like mad dog him all the time in the fucking corner.
Yeah, let me show you
Um,
something really quickly in Uncle Punch because I feel like this will put a lot of this into perspective. So let me just turn this
yeah,
on. So
sure.
let
And
me.
I'll let you share your screen too if you want for any recording or anything.
Okay. Well,
Well,
so okay. So here's the thing. You can see
oh,
what's going.
sorry. Let me join your stream again. Sorry, I don't see it. How do I? Why
Just
there we go. Watch stream. Sorry, go again.
select our faces, and then that should work. So let.
Yep, we're good.
Okay, cool. So you're saying Marth is on the platform here?
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Okay. So here's my $1 million question. Where are Marth's good moves?
Uh, his fair coming down from the plat, so like slightly before the lip of the platform,
Mm-hmm.
on the inner edge. So
Because he has that. He has like he has this. No, he has this.
I mean fair forward. That's the one. Yeah, there you go. It's mostly just fair because Nair coming down's a little tricky there to get anything good with, I think.
Sure, but what I'm saying here is like he has pretty variable spacing on how he does this because he can come forward like this, he can go back. Yeah. Like he's got a lot of ways of doing this fair, and it beats everything. I think that this is not, and if we try to like attack him directly, I feel like we're just playing into that. The forward space as like, if we turn this off and restore position, the forward spacing from Fox here, doing this kind of thing, like it just plays into where Marth is strongest, and like Fox doesn't have the range to beat where the fair in place and the retreating fair at the same time. Like if Marth, like if we're timing this to hit him out of like the fall through fair or the fall forward fair, we will not beat like the wave dash back fair. Yeah. Which is another problem. Like I think that getting here makes a lot more sense because here we can like, I can't up air to save my life, but like you see what I mean? Like
I get your point, yeah.
Yeah, like we get here, we actually have, like we can beat his fair like that, we can beat it like with the up airs, we can beat it like, we have that crap, like we have so many more tools to like attack him, and we're not nearly as confined to like the position, to like a single line of play that is very telegraphed.
Yep, totally agree. Yeah, let's watch. We can dive into my games. I think games 1 and 2 are the ones I reviewed so far, so they're important.
Yeah. Okay. So, talk to me about this the decision to like up air again rather than just taking the up tilt.
Should have been up tilt. I think it was just a misinput. Straight up, I was like, oh shit, I jumped. Like I saw the jump come out, and I was like, okay, I think that should just be up tilt. Okay. That's a pretty clean. That's just mistake by me.
Gotcha. Do you know how you like slide off versus Marth up tilt? Like I imagine so, but if not, totally fine. We can cover that.
Yeah, it just depends because he can still hit you straight up with it. So like, isn't there 2 hitboxes on it, or am I stupid? I do know how to slide off the one that's like you go in the direction the sword is going, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you know that one. On the one that goes straight up, I think it's just like smashed. Like it's just like. That one you can treat as just a standard, like, slide-off, I think. But it's a very limited % range where it works.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, actually, if you want to pause for a sec, just so you can know my mentality playing this set, I deliberately tried to play far away and make Zane work to hit me. That was just the entire intent of all spacings I chose, pretty much throughout the entirety of the set, or at least the first 2 games until we went to Yoshi's. And I was like, well, that didn't work.
So why that strategy? What's the logic there?
The logic there is that Zane takes a lot of like corner positions that like he gets shined and he just gets to ledge. He's just good at getting to ledge, and that I feel like I'm trying to hit him and I'm kind of not right a lot or get killed off of it a lot. And then when he tries to swing at me, I feel like I have more options to whiff punish or open him up for trying, basically. It just felt like an imbalance of who's trying to hit who and who's really getting the reversals here. So that was kind of the philosophy behind it. Whether it's flawed, it probably is, but...
So so I think that like my school of thought here is that like Fox is the character with like the smaller limbs, so he ultimately needs to be like the person who's like moving, like he has to be the attacker, at least like trying to get close to Marth in some capacity. And I feel like when we're backing up as our default against Marth, like we get stuff like this happening. You see how you're like basically like keeping away from him here, like you full hop
I'm just
around
outboxing
him. And, like, what happens here is he's just holding center stage and, like, limiting your movement the entire time. And, yeah, like, he's just pressuring you. He's getting too much, like, offense for free, basically. Because he knows that you're not going to, like, challenge him enough. I do think that, like, you know, Marth is a great character. Beating him is complicated. But, like, I think that, like, when we default to the keep away, we're ultimately kind of hanging ourselves versus him because his main position that where he thrives in is mid-range. And by, like, you know, maybe we get, like, a laser or two, like, when we're moving away from him. But, like, we're just kind of allowing him to have mid-range very easily.
Yeah.
It just takes a dash forward. Like, you're doing a good job here, but, like, the other thing I'd point out is, like, these punishes that we're supposedly playing towards have not materialized from this.
Yeah.
So, like, I think one of the things that's kind of good... I know it feels bad when he just, like, snaps to the edge off our like shines and stuff. But like I guess my question is why was the solution to like change the fighting strategy and not to like change what we're doing on the shine?
It was mostly just because I had played him a bit the day before, and I walked away with this feeling of like he just can play in the corner so like my risk reward just feels so wrongly skewed. Like unlike where it feels like maybe Falco, you get a shine on them jump lasering in the corner. It feels like I'm just getting nothing every time I connect with him in the corner, unfortunately. So that's why I said it's kind of flawed, because it's like instead of trying to do it better, I've basically just said I'm just going to change it up completely.
Right. And one thing I want to point out is that it's when you start moving towards him more that you actually get the opening. See what I mean? Like you wave landed into him, and then like you're playing close to him. I think that this makes way more sense given the fight dynamic between these characters.
I think something we're gonna see, and like you can pause this for a sec, just because like this is maybe the most important concept to me, and I don't mean to like hone in too much on a concept, but I really wanted to talk about this today a bit. Was one of how to basically establish the correct space depending on the player, because Zane is a player that is like really cognizant of threat ranges. Basically every time I manage to hit him feels like an insane reward, because I'm like, oh my god, I basically like dashed in at the exact right time that he dashed in. It was like a timing call out. I don't feel like I get anything for free against him. And when I watch Cody play, it's like he stays just far enough away that Zane thinks he can take space, and then takes the space. And that is like the core part of his strategy. I'm curious if you feel the same way when we pull up some of his gameplay.
You know what? Why don't we get a Cody set up on here? Which one were you looking at? And like, why don't we can take some ideas from him first.
Yep, let's do Noun's Showcase. Was the one I was watching. I think the two really good games to watch were games 3 and 4.
Okay.
Game 3 is on, where is it at? Dreamland. Because it's a first of 5, so
gotcha.
There we go.
Who won this?
Cody, or Zane, 5-2.
Okay, gotcha. So let's take a look at this. This is fascinating.
The first example was right there. Like, do you see what I mean? His space, he's just far enough away. Zane thinks he's taking space. He's basically Cody's posturing like I'm not doing much, and goes in.
Low key, I think one of the things that's like gets overlooked here is that laser.
How so? Like in terms of like what it indicates Cody wants to do?
It makes Zane more. It makes Zane aware. Like those lasers make Zane aware that he has to come forward.
True.
So then, like, what happens here is I think like because Zane is like thinking about coming forward more. Like he's not like what I would expect Zane to be doing here is something really defensive, normally. But the fact that he wave dashes forward into a down tilt, I think. Like, what I think Cody's doing well here is he's playing at, like, outside of, like, a Zane's immediate, like, threat range. So Zane has to lunge in order to get him, if he wants to get him, right? And then it is, what Cody's doing is he's catching him as he's moving forward for said lunge. But I think that in order for this to work, the lasers are important. Like, the lasers are unironically very important. Because they cue to Zane, you have to actually engage me. It is not good enough for you to, like, just do your, like, to just, like, walk me to the corner with your, like, dash dance.
Yep.
And I think the big thing here is, like, Cody doesn't stay on the lasers very long, because that's, like, a trap you can fall into. He shot 2, and that was it. But, like, those 2 were enough to, like, bring Zane over, and, like, he's still sticking to him, like, a lot more throughout the match. Like, throughout this stock. In terms of, like, how he's doing the, like, edge guarding here, I think that this position, this full hop here, the way that he does this is, like, the Cody.
Yep.
Like, this full hop back air is, like, the money maker versus, like, Marth. And then the way he, like...
I do that full hop air a lot, for what it's worth, but this position right here is awesome.
Yeah, like, because then he, like, also can... Like, he then also capitalizes on it. Yeah, that was actually kind of messy, like, by Cody, from what I normally see of Cody, but, like, because I think that he probably could have just shined him here, and that's what I was expecting. But Yeah, it's still just like gets on stage, is intangible. Look at how long he's intangible for on this back air. So like Marth goes through him, and then he's like, so he's totally protected against that.
I think what's so beast about this, is to be honest with you, is how he covers Zane high first. Like Zane doesn't want to go high again because Cody's threatened that. And specifically the posture that Cody looked like he was going to bear, so Zane panic fared. Like, it's more of those eliciting of the panic responses that I think gets Cody everything he wants. And I don't think I played in a way that gets those responses, ultimately.
It's a combination of the panic responses, and then he also, like, sets it into, like, Zane's mind that Zane has to come forward in some capacity.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, we've got the gun again.
He's fucking far away. But that's just it. Even the more we're talking about it, he's far away with the intention of doing something about Zane coming in.
Yes.
I played far away in the Luminosity set, and you'll see it, with the intention of Zane fucking up on his approach and then hitting him for it. It's very different.
And you know what? It's actually not that different, because what Cody's doing is he's giving Zane a reason to fuck up his approach. You're not giving Zane a reason to fuck up his approach because there's no pressure on him. He can take his time getting in. He's not losing anything by waiting and taking his time in response. But versus Cody, he's losing health.
Yeah.
Let's actually this is good. Let's go back to your game. I want to compare these.
Yep.
Let's take a look at.
Hey, let's go to my Dreamland game. My Dreamland first stock game 2.
Yeah. So let's
go real 1-to-1, baby.
Oh, scientific accurate equity of samples.
Shoot lasers. Look at me go.
But how do you stay on them though? Well, you know what? And the thing is, you are getting the hits now. Like,
look at me fucking go. Oh my god, I'm tilted. This is just annoying now. Okay, wait. I mean, I already captured that in my VOD review. I gave up my position on the back of his shield. That's a little more micro, but.
Okay, so that throw. Why the throw here?
It should be an F throw in my mind.
Why not nair?
Oh, why not just hit him? Yeah, it's true. I feel like I've gotten clipped by him like faring off the stage and getting knocked down randomly, but no, it's true.
Block.
Yeah. Yep. I mean like the slide off fair while I'm still in my lag.
You teeter cancel.
All right. That's true.
Like, it's right there. He just landed in the corner.
Yeah, even F throw is still fine with me, but I get what you're saying.
What if we up smashed?
What if we up smashed?
Because like up air will kill him near the top of the screen if he DIs off stage for the slide off because we're saying that he's gonna slide off and fair. I'm saying up smash him. He'll go really far off stage because he's holding down and off.
True. Yeah. No, that is. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, whatever I pick, the objective is why not send him off stage more.
Or create a spot where we can kill him. Because again, if he holds in on up smash and we get like an up air near the top of the screen, that's not exactly an unreasonable way to kill him. We have a really good shark opportunity after that. And we also are consolidating damage because we've done 18.
Yeah.
Like, I think that I think one of the things that I think you're playing this really well here, from what I've seen so far. Like, this is very Cody-esque. But one thing I would comment is that, like, I think it's easy to, like, take, like, when we just take the, like, quote-unquote best move on average, like, the grab there, I'm just not really, like, I'm not convinced that, what the heck was that? Okay. I'm not convinced that taking the best move on average, like the grab there, the up throw up air, like the consistent line is always necessarily good, just because it allows, if we're usually doing that, it kind of cues to the opponent how they're supposed to defend.
Yep.
And like,
no, I agree with Randy. Like a little bit of some Randy choice instead of just picking like the safe, air quotes, safest or best option.
Yeah. So talk to me about what happened here, because this is like, to me, this is like such a free kill.
I noted this as well in my notes, but basically I gave up ledge way before my intangibility was up.
I'm saying, why aren't you rolling? Did you not?
Yeah.
Did you not notice he didn't have a jump?
My initial thought was that he's gonna side B. I didn't notice that he was without a. Wait, do it again. Just play it back one more time.
Yeah.
Is he without a jump here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I
Yeah.
sorry, I actually didn't realize he was without a jump. So go back.
I'll show you where it happens.
Fucking hell. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But here's how you
God damn it.
Here's how you can tell that happened. So like you hit this jab here, right? Look at what his body does beforehand. He's suddenly he's suddenly like teleported towards you. There's only one.
I thought it was just like an SDI moment, but yeah.
He can't do that he can't do it on the first. SDI doesn't happen on the first frame of hit lag.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't realize he was without his jump. When I was watching this yesterday, the core issue I felt was that he just played like a 50-50 on his immediate up B, basically, instead of double jumping or side Bing or using any resources. I didn't realize he was without it.
And the funny thing is you can actually see the SDI input between these two.
Yeah.
So like, but like that's he is actually just dead. Let's say that he does. Let's say he has his jump for posterity. What should we be doing here?
So I see the side B. I was practicing actual ledge stalls because I realized that they are something that are useful if you can ledge stall properly. But he's too far away to drop down for one. So my first thought is to either jump back refresh, or I don't want to give up ledge for free. But either way, just like you make proper use of my intangibility. Don't give up the ledge before I have to.
How do you feel about Marth Killer?
Actually, good point. He's pretty low. He's
he can't make it back with just his double jump, right?
He can't jump the ledge. Yeah, actually. Sorry, play it back from beginning.
Yeah.
From when the shine connects. Yeah, no, he was super fucked. Marth Killer's kind of dope there, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to set up too. Like after we get the shine, like if we don't turn around, it's just so easy. Like in this position to get it off too. Like if he get double jumps, goes up here. The other nice thing about Marth Killer is that if he wants to avoid it by doing like the sword thing, where like they kind of like aim away from your shield, that's actually one of Cody's like kill setups on Marth, where he like jumps back out of shield and then like blinkers them.
Yep.
Yeah, so Marth Killer here looks really good.
Yeah, I do. Marth Killer a lot is the thing. Like I normally set up that position. I just didn't even realize he was without his jump.
But like what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter if he's without his jump because he doesn't get back with his jump. So Marth Killer works.
Yep.
And that's the important thing. Like I think that what I'm noticing is you're picking up a lot of important information, but we need to, like, you have the right idea in a lot of these, but what we need is that we need a better way to understand why it's the right idea.
Yeah.
I also want to point out that he has gotten on stage, and, like, we have, like, after, like, he respawned, like, he's stalling the edge, and we haven't shot a single laser while we're at this distance when he's on the stage.
Yeah.
It's only when he was on the ledge that we've done it, so I would say that we've kind of reverted a little bit here. Now, with that in mind, let's talk about the movements here. I like these dash dances. I think that when Marth is, like, hovering in place with this kind of jump, it is worth, like, playing a little closer to him sometimes. Because, like, we know where the limit of his range is. This is pretty close, but, like, what do you think happens if you go here? Do you think we can maybe get him to panic a little more?
Yeah, CC would be on the table. Just like run up. Yeah.
I just mean dashing here. I don't mean like dashing like closer to him. So like we know his sword stops here, but like what if we go like here with our dash dance?
Yeah, he feels the need to either instantly shield or up tilt, possibly. Like just something happens immediately after the fair.
Or dash back. Or something.
Yeah. He does something instantly, either way.
Yeah. The funny thing is he still does something instantly, but we're also more better positioned to like deal with this. Because I think this wave dash down is like my nemesis. I hate this wave dash down. What do you like? What do you like about it? Like why do you wave dash down here?
Yeah, I'm just in my head. The thought is something along the lines of like, I didn't want to dash back again because I thought he's going to go for like a dash attack kind of thing as I'm slowly giving up space to him. It's not that I necessarily love anything about it. It's just more one of I didn't want to dash back again.
Gotcha. So you think he's going to dash attack?
Yeah. Or possibly like down tilt and I want to like contest it with an up smash kind of thing.
Why not full hop?
Because I fucking jump a lot and get hit for jumping, to be honest.
But, like, I'm not sure that committing for 13 frames to nothing is the solution, though. Like,
Yeah, I hear you.
Like, we also have the.
I'm just saying this from like a place of I know we're kind of untying knots here, like where I think the problems are and there aren't any. It's just, yeah, full hop there.
We also have the platform to work with. Like, it's not like you don't have escape options. Like, you're saying you're going to get hit. I'm saying you have, like, at least 3 places you can go after the full hop, because you can go to side, top, or, like, land on the floor.
Yeah.
That's not... It's not an easy order. Good DI. Good stuff. But, yeah, like, again, it's just a small thing, but I don't like that wave dash down because I just think it forfeits so much tempo from, like, your movement game. It just cues to him that, like, hey, I have time to move in or, like, set up an aerial or just do whatever I want, really. Because Fox has just stopped, like, doing anything relevant for a second. For, like, a quarter of a second. And that's really, really awesome for me.
Yeah, and again, sorry, we see the same problem. If you go back to, I shoot these lasers he's on stage, I don't do anything with that. I don't hit him for trying to come in, basically. I just, like, fuck around, man. Oh, God. It's annoying. Yeah,
like, to me, like, when he's wave dashing forward here, we want to be short up aerialing.
Yes, I literally played this like a pussy again, which is frustrating. That's why this set was frustrating to me, is that it's employing the right things for the wrong reasons, I guess. I make him come forward, and then I don't do the right thing off of that. I don't hit him for coming forward.
I mean, like, so to be clear, it looks like you are trying to, like, giving credit where credit is due. Like, this looks like you're trying to, like, bait him into something. It's just he's picking things that are good versus baiting. What we needed to do is we needed to apply more direct offense. You're trying to pull him forward and then have him, like, miss something and then, like, punish it. But I think the way that Cody's looking at it is that's really ambitious. We probably need to, like, actually beat his things head on a little bit. Because the thing is, if you're both moving towards each other, like, we both know that Fox's stuff will win generally, and it's mostly on the basis of speed. So I think that this is, like, where we need to be a little, like, everyone says, like, versus Marth, you gotta, like, go second, you have to, like, you have to make a miss. I don't think you can do that against something that's simple versus Zane, because Zane is really, like, understands that Marth's range gives him, and, like, speed gives him the ability to, like, proof himself against a lot of whiff punish attempts. So instead, we have to, like, kind of beat him on the ties, if that makes sense. So if we're, like, undershooting, whiff punishing, overshooting, Zane's structuring his undershoots to be really good versus whiff punishing because of his micro skills. That's fair enough. That means that, but when we pull him forward, that means that we have to be willing to kind of, like, undershoot back, if you get what I mean.
Yeah. I was experimenting with this kind of idea a little bit yesterday. I was playing Ossify for a while, and I noticed how much, like, a return to fundamental overshoot, true undershoot gameplay, like, actually be willing to fight that way worked, instead of just, like, running away all the fucking time.
Yeah, because, like, that's basically what we're seeing. Like, we're seeing so much of that here, and I don't think that, like, I wouldn't even call it necessarily running away. It's just you're trying to, like, go second, and he's not letting you do it.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's a really, that captures the feeling, for sure. I want to go second. This third game is, like, just fucking destruction. I just get raw dogged the whole way through. He starts reading my shield like crazy.
Yeah.
The Yoshi's pick is one of, I need to fight this guy. It's not working. But I still keep trying to go second.
Yeah, like, right here, like, it's exactly what we're describing. Like, we don't need to watch this. Let's slow down speed. Because I want to watch more Cody.
Yep, I agree.
But we'll get through it. Yeah, like, I have a bit of a theory. Actually, wait, maybe we've gone over this. Have we talked about, like, my theory of, like, there's only 2 beats?
I don't think so.
Okay. So my theory is that when people talk about attacking on beat 3, beat 4, beat 5, whatever, like they're full of crap. There's only 2 beats. There's 1 and 2. And it just depends on whether or not you're going first or second. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. In a weird way, I almost think that like there's half beats, but so maybe we don't agree. There is almost like a beat 1.5 in my head, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. So why don't I explain mine, and then you tell me if it lines up with your understanding.
Yep.
So I think that like the beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4, beat 5, like I think that the reason there's only 2 beats is because it ultimately depends on whether or not we're trying to like punish the opponent or cover them for doing something, i.e. like delaying the attack and like investing that time into positioning in some way, or we are attacking them directly, i.e. we are going as soon as possible. I think what people mistake for beat 3, beat 4, beat 5 is when people are like dash dancing or like setting up a whiff punish and then they're waiting for a Q and the Q doesn't come. So like how this looks is like you'll have a Fox who's dash dancing like versus say a Sheik player or a Marth player, and they're like looking for for certain like cues to tell them that like, hey, this is when you go in, this is when you go. They're essentially doing like a whiff punish with the intention of going on beat 2, but what happens is the cue doesn't come, and as such, they decide to like instead of like pushing offense or repositioning or something, they just decide to hold position and see if it comes on the next one. But to me, that's like that initiates a new interaction.
Yeah, I agree. It's a new, like I can see what you're saying, where it's like a new beat 1-2. Then you're not really. It's that the other beat 1-2 is done, and it never happened.
Or like there was a. Well, usually what happens is that both players were waiting, right? Like the Sheik or Marth are like short hopping in place or like dash dancing or something. So the way I would view that is they both were trying to whiff punish. They both elected for a reactive beat 2 play, and it didn't come. So then they drew.
Yeah. Yep. I can see that. I think that's a pretty like fair way of looking at it. I guess one thing that I sort of feel like, and it presents itself more in edge guards, because especially versus Marth, is like when I talk about like a beat 1.5, I think there's a really small window you have to show Marth something and then do another thing, and you sort of like, I don't know. That's why I call it a beat 1.5, because you're not purely like predicting that Marth's going to do something. You're deliberately showing them something with just the tiniest fraction of time to prey on their reactions and then going. So it's almost like it's like a special version of trying to punish beat 2, I guess. I don't know if that makes a ton of sense. I watch Cody, and you'll see it in the FOD example. We can look at an edge guard he did. There was one that was like that kind of highlights this for me, this feeling for me.
I want to actually dig into this play here because this was interesting. So like you go for this overshoot grab here, like this really deep grab. I'm curious. Do you think that like I really like that you went all in, because like I feel like at the distance you're playing, especially after the lasers, it makes a lot of sense for him to come forward with a lunge, and it looks like he kind of does a little bit.
Yeah.
So one thing I wonder is, do you think we are going for things with too few active frames when we go for this kind of play? Because like we're not able, like if we were say to dash attack, and I'm not saying that dash attack is like the solution here, but like hear me out. It has way more duration than this. It would probably have hit him as he's coming over. Perhaps like it leads to things at this percent. If not dash attack, maybe like nair or something, right? Like I feel like we're going for very. I feel like we're going things with very like very narrow hit ranges, and that is kind of like not allowing us to. One of the things that I like about Fox in these kinds of situations is that he kind of can cover like a good amount of space with his nair and drill and stuff when he's like working with this kind of play. So he actually can catch some of these like advances by Marth. Maybe not this one specifically, but the other thing that's nice about the nair is it's also much safer if he blocks or something or plays over here, and the grab happens to not miss. Like let's say he jumps, right?
Yeah.
So. What are your thoughts on something like that?
The nair is a bit tricky because unless you're doing those like instant nairs, Marth dashes under them can be a shitty proposition. Like that can happen.
Okay.
In general, like the dash attack could really be a thing. Something Aklo and I were talking about, funny enough, is not doing a JC grab, but deliberately just doing a running grab because it has a hitbox behind Fox.
Yeah.
In general, something here that would be a little happier for this instead of would honestly be like a wave dash forward up tilt, because it kind of just hits a little bit in front of me and it hits a lot behind me. But it's just in the moment, I really was thinking he's gonna dash back the second he sees me come in. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Or running down tilt, actually. Running down tilt seems nasty here.
Down tilt is, but it feels it's about equally committal. Like I could have gotten grabbed for it, you know.
I mean, if we're talking about doing like fucking dash grab, I feel like
yeah, it's true. It's true. Down tilt may as well cover more space with it. It's true.
Because you cover like this area, like I don't know. It's a thought.
I think maybe the core on this one's a little earlier though. Is that I presented to him, like at least the way I see the game right here, is that I presented to him something, and then did the complete opposite play, which wasn't right. If I'm trying to beat him coming in, then I needed to do something that beats him coming in, instead of trying to beat him going back. And I tried to beat him going back, and it didn't really make sense for him to go back in that context, to be honest. It was kind of a nonsensical read, is what I'm getting at.
Cody's solution is to drill, or at least one of his solutions is to drill.
I do like it because it's hitting below him. It doesn't risk the nair thing.
Yeah. And what I like about it too is that, like, while it is a little bit wonky in terms of like its hit properties in this edge position, like as we've discussed in our previous one, like that's not the end of the world. The other good thing is it's like it addresses like it does link to good things, albeit they're tight. And yeah, there's like reasonable backup strategies if not. That up till
that was fucking sick, yeah. Goes for 2.0.
Oh, okay, so that's what that was. Oh, he didn't get on early enough.
No, he did not.
Cody doesn't look as polished as he normally does.
No, I actually picked this set for that exact reason, frankly. Because I think it gives a lot more of a real look into what the fuck playing against Zane is like. Sorry. It's like, you know, barring Cody, who does it absolutely perfectly, which is definitely what we're chasing sometimes.
That's good by Zane.
I don't know. There was a battle of BC VOD I watched, and Zane played like dog shit. He dropped like fucking everything. And it's really hard to want to watch a VOD like that.
True.
I need to watch something where Zane's hitting his shit.
True. Yeah, no, that's fair, because like it's kind of the curse of this game, like because it's so interactive. Like when somebody's beating your ass, like they hit fewer things, but like you also can't count on that.
Can we watch that edge guard again? Actually,
yeah, of course.
I'm curious. This kind of is the core of it to me. Is that Cody doesn't give Zane time to assess whether or not he's holding the ledge. And I think what's so important about this is that Cody deliberately maximizes his ledge involvement. I don't do that. I fuck around on the ledge a lot. Just even watching this now. I'll grab ledge and then decide a minute later to refresh and get fucking nabbed by up B. So, not to say this is like, but like, I think what's really, really the deciding factor here is that Cody grabs the ledge and immediately commits to something. And his ledge grab timing is dependent around where Zane is in his fall, like how far he is away from the ledge. Like, man, he just gets shit on for that. That's insane to me.
What's a game that's a little more like, what's the other game that
Zane loses the next game? Zane wins the next game, sorry. Zane wins it, and I want to watch that too. This Pokemon Stadium game.
Cool.
Because I think I kind of want to ultimately walk away with a feeling of like these are the decisive interactions a little bit from a maybe more of a macro perspective. So there's going to be little.
This is huge. So look at like where Cody goes after this wave shine. So he knows he can't hit Zane, so he goes behind him.
Interesting. I don't think of that ever.
Yeah, because remember, grab is only active for like a little bit. All you have to do is dodge the 2 frames where it's out here, and yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, that's sick.
But this is the thing. So this is the counterplay from Zane's end, because Zane had to beat that sort of thing. Because Fox is ultimately faster than Marth. He has to grab as Fox is like coming forward. He has to just kind of call it out.
I also think, to be honest, that's not what Zane did there. In my heart of hearts, I think Zane just thought I can get out of this in time and catch Cody trying to establish a strong position. You know. Like it was more of like a pocket sand surprise to Cody rather than Cody deliberately trying to cross Zane up again.
I mean, like he hadn't committed to anything yet, so
yeah, that's true.
So let's talk about this positions dynamic. So, what is Cody gonna do? That's not a kill, no. So let's look at the hits here, because I think this is pretty interesting. Like, there's a lot going on here. So how does this initiate? So he kind of this nair to kind of like go second on Marth's fair, I think is like really good.
And even watching it, the dashback right before the nair is what prompts. So he dashes in. That's what Zane sees. That's why Zane fares that first dash in. So dash in, Zane fares because he saw that first dash in. Cody takes the beat to dash out. I say beat, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So then after this, like, we then have, like, I really like this use of shield here, because, like, let's think about what Zane's options are and what Cody's options are. So, like, you just got hit by this nair as Marth. I think it's a pretty, like, you see him up tilt here. I think it's a pretty reasonable assumption that, like, Cody tries to come off with, like, Shine or something. So, how would you defend against that here? Well, as Zane being here, you probably have to just swing in some way. Like, you can also double jump away, but that doesn't really, like, improve your situation, because then he's just going to cancel the Shine and grab the edge anyhow. So, this, he has to swing here. Like, well, not has to, but, like, he's strongly encouraged to swing here. So
Cody presents like he might go to ledge here. It just looks like a strong thing he's going to do, at least go off stage.
And here's the cool thing about Cody's play, what I really like about it. So after that up tilt, if Zane thinks, okay, he's probably going to, like, try to do some tricky bullshit, so I'm going to go low, Cody still has the ability from this position to grab the edge. He hasn't lost that ability at all. For Zane to beat this, he basically has to double jump sweet spot the edge, and not get shined by wave dash back shine.
Yeah. Like, keeping wave dash back shine on the table is so good. Like wave dash back out of shield there.
Yeah, so, like, I think that this is something worth capturing, because this is giving him so much power in this spot, because it's like he has access to, like, to covering the high recoveries, like, from his current spot. Like, he can easily just jump up here and go for it and hit go. But he also is keeping the option to, like, move back, and because of, like, the shortened distance to the edge, this is not like a lot of times I think people think that wave dashing to the edge here is, like, a long commitment or something. It is absolutely not, because the edge is going to, like, catch the edge is just going to catch you, like, quickly anyway, and then it's just like, boom, you blink him, right? Because you're only traveling, like, a teensy amount of distance. This is like a 6-frame wave dash. This is not like a 13-frame one. So, yeah. And on top of that, if Cody so chooses, he can also just occupy the edge, like so. So Zane...
I'm curious. If you... Sorry, not to interrupt. Just, can we watch it full... Well, it's 0.75 times speed again. Can we just watch? I just wanted to make sure. Zane can't double jump to ledge there, or he can?
He can, but he has to, like, wait. He has to start fall. So the thing is, he has to start falling, right? So
he was too close to double jump immediately. Basically, yeah, I understand.
He'd have to, like, even let's say that Zane was further back though. Like, let's say that Zane was actually here, right? Do you think that makes a difference in terms of, like, in terms of his ability to recover? Like, if he's reaching the peak of his jump now, Cody can still wave dash back and shine him.
Exactly. It's where he's having to jump from. Like, yeah, exactly. I got you.
Yeah, because to grab the edge, you have to go up and then come... Like, you can't be traveling up. You have to be coming down.
He has to expend the jump to be there in the first place, is kind of what I was making sure of. He has to expend the jump to get to the ledge.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure. And that's why Cody contests the high jump, I think, here, or the high position, because he knows that Zane can drift to ledge, if I'm reading this correctly. So, gets it. Zane goes high, and Cody knows to swing at him now because Zane's going to be able to drift back to stage, I think.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, like, it's
good call by Zane.
It's really unfortunate for Cody, if you're a Cody fan, that Zane, like, got his jump back on that back air out of shield. I was actually surprised at the back air. I thought this was shine out of shield 10 times out of 10, but
it would make sense. Zane also, though, to his credit, has started doing this thing. Like I've gotten some shine out of shields on him there in that spot, funny enough, and he like gets some crazy SDI down and nabs the lip.
Oh yeah, you SDI forward and then like, okay, got it. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I see how that would work. But this is very instructive, I think.
Yep. So, it's definitely kind of reminiscent of like edgeguarding Sheik a little bit, like positioning in a way that they feel like they have to swing to get you away from the ledge.
Oh, I think that those two have tons in common. Like, think of it this way: they're both characters who want to like up B to the ledge, but not on stage. And their main way of defending against things is powerful frontal moves that are efficient, so efficient they can swing with them, and then still usually continue their recovery. Yeah. Like, yeah, they're very, very similar. Like, I would say that a lot of the same dynamics, like, because, like, a lot of the same dynamics that apply to Sheik apply to Marth here, too. Like, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
No, that's huge. Yeah.
So, yeah, when in doubt, treat it like Sheik. Like, this bet, like, to me, the weird part here is that, like, after seeing the double jump from Zane, that he didn't just, like, grab the edge here. Because I just can't imagine a world where, like, doing this back air is less good without... is better without ledge intangibility.
Sorry, say that again. Doing this...
So, like, he sees Zane jump here, right? And he, like, short hops here. So I'm just saying, I don't know why he doesn't grab the edge. Because he still gets to do this back air, but, like, with intangibility.
I mean, watch it at full speed for a sec. I'm curious if Zane could get over top of him and maybe get reversed by the bear. That's the only thing I can think of. No, I kind of see it. I see how that could have worked.
Well, remember, you're intangible, so you don't have to. You don't have to swing right away.
TBH, I also kind of just like empty hop. It makes Zane think he's coming up for the bear, and then you get an up tilt on the early fair and up air. He's dead.
Yeah. Because he's at kill percent, I like that, but I think if he was, like, not dead to up tilt up air... Well, actually, okay, so my one problem with up tilt up air there is that it's SDI-able.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, this is Zane we're talking about. Like, he will hit those. The back air is, like, is nice and simple. Like, it just, like, kind of, like... it gives you advantage in, like, the cleanest way possible. Insane?
Yeah. And I think he makes another insane recovery. Actually, Zane fucks it, but...
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's so good at this. But, like, you can see that, like, their drift that he uses to, like, move around things, like... I think that what the real triumph here is that, like, it's not clear what Zane is supposed to go for here.
Yep. 100%. I've talked to Zane about this directly, where he's like, Cody just kind of picks weird heights to start his up Bs, makes it ambiguous if he's going to go really high, that he can make it on a stage, or make it just only to ledge. Like, yeah.
So
this isn't a surprise to me.
So I think that what we have, I think the reason this alignment works, and I think that, like, you can, like, tell me what your thoughts on this, but my gut reaction is that with Zane being here, F smash kind of goes here, and up tilt kind of covers this area, right? Cody's kind of, like, in between them.
Yeah.
Like, so you see what I mean? And, like, it doesn't improve by, like, it, like, for Zane, for this to improve, Zane has to then, like, go in a different direction completely. So if we flip this, like, if we mirror this with the yellow, like, there's still a path, kind of, for, like, Cody to take around it, like, going here... Or, like, aiming into this corner. Like, it's just, there's always a place, like, an awkward pocket for him to work with. And I think that's this alignment from here to here with Marth, I think is something worth noting.
Yeah. No, I agree. Even, I mean, I've played against some Marths and they'll just start nearing that spot, but that presents its own flaws as well.
I mean, we're happy if he's nearing us there.
Yeah.
Because Nair doesn't kill us. Like, even at 180, you're probably... Like, maybe not on Stadium, but, like, you might actually be alive.
Yeah, and again, look at the platform position from Zane and Cody's option choice. I'm just going back. Gets under, does the up air, and tries to up tilt the fall off. I think he knew Zane was falling off.
I think he was covering the shield drop, like a shield drop with that.
Yeah.
And then if it just happened to not happen, but then he fell off anyway, so then he just got a free hit with the next one.
Yeah.
I also want to point out, like, this nair. I actually really like this nair because it puts Zane into a tech chase, but, like, in a really controlled way. Because he can cover, like, yeah, this gets eaten by the roll away, so this area is easy to cover by just advancing, and then the roll forward is also easy to cover because, yeah, that's where your starting point is.
That exact position is something that I think I'd play identical to Cody, even as far as that shine grab into the corner. So, you know, maybe it's not all world-endingly bad. The other thing is I say this to people all the time, and then it's really hard to take my own advice on this one. It can feel like you're getting shit on really bad, but you're actually just losing a bunch of stuff barely, and then you're getting like 2 or 3 stocked as a result. That's just a mentality thing where I'm like, well, it's actually really small things that are deciding the outcome here, in a way.
Yeah. This fast fall saved his life.
Yep.
Because he was able to get into the sour spot with it.
Yeah, get sent forward.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, he's starting his up B in those spots, so Zane can't really get out. To Zane's credit also, though, I know he's starting to play with this a little bit, where he's, like, deliberately going out early and then just coming back, like faking going out.
Mm-hmm. I maintain that this is the Cody. Like, this is one of the many Codys. Like, starting the up B in the magnifying glass.
Yeah. It's basically a response to seeing Zane jumping, and Zane's correct answer, in my opinion, is to go back to the stage as quickly as possible, but sometimes he commits too far, and that gives Cody what he needs to get back to stage, and Zane's not in a good position to cover it.
Yeah.
How does Zane get that grab? Sorry, go back to the...
Down tilt.
Yeah.
So down tilt whiff punish. But I really like Cody's defense here. Like, I think that
he does the down and away.
Also, this DI on the up throw to make it ambiguous if he's landing on the platform or not.
Yep.
Because, like, Zane wants to... Like, Zane is, like, go into a spot where it's easy to, like, up throw you. And Cody's like, no.
That grab right there is crazy to me. The fact that this fucking happened is insane to me. I saw this in this game as well, and I was like, what the fuck? So I would have assumed Zane does something here, like a fair, like bats him away with a fair and nair, but he just runs up and shields. I'm just curious why that ended up being the situation.
So let's look at that. So, like, he gets the shine and pushes Zane into the corner. He messes up the jump cancel. So then he, like, dashes forward, and Zane sees that. And then, like, when does this shield come out? So it comes out, like, not within what I'd expect the reaction window to be. But, like, so this is not a pure reaction. Like, this is not, like, I don't think this shield is a response to Cody, like, dashing forward, basically. Because it comes too soon.
It's more of a reaction of them being close to each other. That's kind of what I get from it.
So what do you think happens if Zane fairs here? If Zane, like, bats Cody with, like, goes for a fair on this, like, in this spot?
I mean, it's a bit of a reach. Like, if he drifts it in, I just even would have expected, like, a fair in place or a drifted back fair. Like,
okay,
something that is not shield, frankly. This is definitely a very weird shield to me.
Okay. So let's say he does the drift back fair. How does he do the drift back fair? Does he do, like, rising fair or falling fair?
I'd assume rising for sure, just because they're close to each other. Just as like a get the fuck off me, like an instant rising fair backwards.
Cody's then dashing forward on the next one, right? So, like, if that doesn't hit him, like, because of Cody's dash back in timing, like, Zane is then, like, gonna have about this much travel time near the edge, where he's in the air without anything going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because he can either do, like, the second fair, or he can fast fall and auto cancel, or fast fall and L cancel. But he can't do, like, he doesn't have, like, a second instant hitbox after the first fair to throw out. So I think that he's worried he's gonna die. Because if he gets, like, nared over here in this position, out of the air in this position, like, that's just, Cody just jumps off and shines him.
Yeah.
And he's, like, Omega dead. Like, I actually think that jumping there as Marth is, like, really dangerous. The type of aerial that makes sense to me as the Marth here is to like jump waveland back in fair. But then he's just like going back into the corner, right?
Even Nair in place is so fucking annoying to deal with. I'm just surprised none of that came out, really.
Yeah. I'm
just really like, why do that there? I mean, Zane can make mistakes also. I just don't understand the threat he felt there that would require shield instead of beating Fox outright.
Well, how does he Nair in place here? Because he's had to enter his run, right? So like he's going to like, yeah, because he's sliding forward after the shield, so he's entered his run. So he can't exactly like shield stop the Nair. Pivoting is going to cost time. I don't see like a really good way to like Nair in place, to like do like a proper like in place Nair with Marth here.
It's true, and honestly, the more I'm looking at the position, I truly think he was expecting a hard Cody call out from like up smash or something on like a down tilt. Like, I think he wanted Cody to swing there for sure.
This is fascinating.
He does lose this game though, Cody.
Oh no! You've told me that, but like the thing that I'm like kind of trying to like point out here is like, I think that like what we're seeing here is there's conditioning from Cody being established with the lasers that force Zane to at least play interactively, at least somewhat, and then there's like some like aggression coming forward. I actually think that this is what Zane has been banking on that shield play. Cody has been generally advancing with drills in the corner, and drill is like not good into shield. So I think that he's trying to counter this, and this is why Cody's nairing here, because he saw the shield on the last one. He's like, okay, like shield good, like nair good versus shield. But then Zane, I think, like just tanked the hit instead.
Yeah, he ended up getting CC.
Yeah.
Zane tried to shield, right?
He shielded, and then he wave dashed forward. You saw it, right?
Yeah.
So then he's using ASDI down to like, he's kind of like baiting the nair with the shield because he knows that like Cody tends to come in after like doing the lasers based on what he's doing. So I think that's the logic there. You know, weirdly enough, I'm gonna actually challenge this up air. I think this is back air. I think
it's shine.
Maybe. No. So okay. So why do you think it's shine? Put him off stage?
It's more. It is put him off stage, but it's also because I'm wondering if Zane's going to be DIing the up air out, like because Cody's going to be dashing back in towards him. So it's like if Zane's DIing, the bear is good too. I'm wondering. It kind of is like it seems like a spot where Zane would hold out.
So like holding left, right?
No, I mean holding like SDIing right out of the up air. Is that weird?
Oh no! I just wanted to confirm because like I don't know which one what out is because he's like kind of at a slant.
Oh, I just mean like out as in relative to the stage, like off stage.
Gotcha.
So I expect Zane to be DIing to the right. I should say DIing to the right here.
That is exactly why I like back air.
Yep.
I'm saying we back air forward and land on the platform.
Right. Okay. Take your damage. Don't send him off stage because he's probably going to be able to like get out of it.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like we just do like 50 to him because we hit up like we up throw him, we back like if we get the back air correctly, like we jump forward, back air him here, like land here. He probably goes around here or like around here. Like we get so much fucking damage off that. Like it's just while I appreciate going for some good old fashioned early edge guards, I think that, like, one of the perks of Fox is that damage is very valuable to him because of his vertical kills. So I'm saying that, like, in a position like this where it's strongly incentivized, where Zane is strongly incentivized to be, like, holding, like, I think that, like, smash down the up air like this makes a ton of sense. But that also means that he's, like, playing into back air really hard.
Yeah. Show me the up throw one more time also. Just because I've been playing against some people, like Ossify, for example, I've noticed able to jump out of the bear attempts sometimes. Maybe not at this percent, but just I've seen it cropping up. Maybe it's been more at like 36 to 46, kind of, where I've seen the bear not work anymore.
You could use your double jump to like do the positioning too. Like you could also kind of like overshoot it, like go like this.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because, like, the thing is, it's not necessarily, like, was the combo true? It's more like, did Marth have 5 frames to like get a counter off. If no, then like yeah, it basically works.
Yeah.
So we're seeing like, and then yeah, like that dash attack that dash attack, it kind of like cost him here. Like it's really, I think yeah, he tried to like chase him out of disadvantage for some reason, like really hard. And I don't think there was I think we can agree there wasn't a need for that. But like,
yeah,
I still think this is very good Fox play. For the most
do too.
Part. Yeah.
The last situation, I mean, I know we're pretty much at our time. Just watch that last hit one more time. Just watch right here, this corner situation. Go back to like the right to the start of it, because I think so. Cody is here. So to me, it's like, is the correct air quotes thing here to try and beat Zayn in the corner, or is it really just to like coax him out of the corner again so you can hit him? Because to be honest, I think Cody should have died off this first fucking fair. like Zayn already got his opening off the first fair that he finds.
So I think that I don't think that there's going to be a straight up correct answer to this situation. I think that both lines of play are valid, and they have their strengths and weaknesses. I would say that like, given the percents of both characters, I kind of like pressuring Zayn in the corner here, honestly, because I don't think that, like, at 46, Fox has many, like, big combos left in him. So I actually feel like his moves being generally, like, more powerful than Marth's in the sense, like, his individual knockback, the knockback on his individual moves is higher than Marth's. So I think that since we're kind of, like, at a point where it's unlikely we get like a long like 6-hit combo or something, it actually does make sense to like pressure Zayn in the corner here. We're still at very much a combo percent. Whether we're grabbed here or here doesn't really, like, I don't really see a big difference between being like grabbed here versus grabbed here. So, but I do see a big difference in Zayn being back aired here versus back aired here. Do you see what I mean?
Yep.
That said, you know, player habits are a thing. These two have like played each other quite a bit.
Yeah.
And we see that like Zayn is like raising his shield. So I think that like what Cody is like trying to do is he's trying to like figure out like what Zayn's habit is when he's advancing. And I think that what happens here is he misjudges this distance. And I think
Zayn starts drifting in, yeah.
Yeah. I think he was expecting something more passive from Zayn here, and it just didn't happen to materialize. Because Zayn has been pretty passive in this interaction up to this point.
Yeah. I think Cody also, like, he basically dashes, too far forward. He dashes forward at the wrong time, ultimately.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dashing forward at the exact point he did is kind of, I mean, that's kind of funny enough where I would kind of, like, wave dash down, but just to, like, interrupt the fact that you're dashing forward so that Zayn swings right in front of your face and misses, but...
Yeah. Here's another thing. After this, when he gets this shield drop, this is always something I wonder with Foxes. How do you decide what aerial you're doing?
It's kind of if I think that they're gonna either instant up tilt after, if I even aerial at all. It's really just player dependent. A lot of, like, some people will just CC immediately after this. Proximity to his head is a big deal, kind of. Like, picking drill there is kind of why I would do that, just so I'm immediately have something touching him.
How do you feel about Nair?
I don't mind Nair. It's the same reason as I don't like Bear, is that motherfuckers be CCing a lot there and getting a grab. I've been grabbed a lot for trying that. Not necessarily just Nair, Bear especially. Bear is especially guilty of getting CC grabbed there, but...
Okay, but here's my argument for Nair. So, Nair is on the front of Fox, which is also where drill is. So, it's attacking in a better position for a hit in this kind of situation, just because, like, one of the main ways to, like, fight... Like, you're saying you drill here because Marth's in front of you. This makes perfect sense. what I'm saying here is this jump is really good against drill because it's airborne drill.
Yep.
But this is also kind of why I'm interested in the possibility of something like Nair, because Marth is at 46, so then the strong hit of Nair will knock him over, even if he's ASDIing down. We're hitting him forward in the corner with a chunky hit, which is quite good. It is good into these jumps that he would do for, like, you know, some of the certain shield drop options, like this back air, like drill. Like, it's good into those things. I guess, Mike, so I guess what I would ask here is maybe there is a need to, like, look at the other tools as being viable given the context of, like, of the game state. Because, like, to me, one of the big things here is the percent. The fact that he's at 46 is huge to me, because it means that for him to CC grab it, he has to actually just sit there, and he doesn't want to sit there against the drill, which is the more obvious play.
It's true. I'm kind of wondering why Zane jumped at all, to be honest. I'm surprised I didn't see up air, up tilt.
I think he like messed up a little bit. Like this, well, no, Kizzy landed quickly.
Cody straight up got through the plat hella early, actually, looking at it.
Yeah, I don't know if up tilt wins here.
It would at least trade, I think. Knock Cody forward and Zane back.
In that case, Nair might actually be really good. That's another argument for Nair, I'd say, because Nair is a solid hit. So if they're trading, Drill just like does like a bit of stun to Marth and then like hits him, like, and then Cody would.
Yeah, he might get a combo off that. Yeah, he could still like tech chase if off of an up tilt, like an unlucky, I guess, up tilt knockdown or unfortunate.
Yeah. So I think that I feel like these kinds of situations are something worth like looking into for you. But I think like by far the big, like, because you're saying drill, but I'm just saying there's more options that we have here. Like it's not just dare, but we also have, like, I think there's a very good case for Nair as well. I think there's also a good case for just wave dashing back, personally, like going this way, but like
I drew that line out as well. I just didn't want it in one of my notes, but exactly that, where it's like maybe the strong position is to just not fuck with it.
Mm-hmm. But we also don't want to get too attached to that solution because, as we've seen, there's like other problems that arise when we do that.
Yeah, I mean, wave dashing back here also could have been caught by up tilt if Zane did it, so it's a little sketch.
Low key, what if we short hop?
Cody does this in the first game, and I mean, we can chat about it in the next sesh because even I gotta go. But
yeah,
he does a badass short hop around ledge like a couple times, and even on plats, and Zane just kind of like whiffs barely under his feet, and then he gets something for it.
Yeah, short hop goes over F smash and up tilt, so I won't keep you, but like I think that is actually something worth looking into. Like I think that is a very good play. I'll type out I won't hold you if you have to go, but I'll write out the takeaways. I think the main ones are basically just like lasers need to have a more concrete / direct purpose behind that. Direct purpose with the conditioning they create. And the other big one is just like more like I think a lot of this is just move selection. I think a lot of this is refining our move selection.
I agree. Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm gonna write some notes out in a bit here. I just have to run. So
sure. Later, Miles. Take care.
Yeah, thanks, David. Have a good one. See you.